How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek, and this is my other channel. I bet you guys didn't know that I was also a Star Wars fan. Big Star Wars fan as a kid. I mean, check it out. This is my one and only Hasbro Black Series Star Wars figure. Original Tatooine Luke. Anywho, perusing through Walmart, I happened to stumble upon the 40th Anniversary Empire Strikes Back flat carded classic looking Darth Vader figure. Love the fact that it says Kenner down here in the bottom. And I love the fact that these bad boys come on a carded, like a bubble card. That's old school. Here's what the back of the package looks like. In this wave, I did see Chewie. I may pick him up, possibly. That might be a thing that I do. I also saw Luke Skywalker and the Imperial Snowtrooper from Hoth. Fear not, I also did pick up Boba Fett. That'll be the next Star Wars video in the series. But today, let's open up Mr. Darth Vader. Ooh, it's almost a shame to open up this classic looking card. However, I do not buy my figures to remain mint on card. I buy them to be released. Out you come, Lord Vader. Oh my god, there is so much cape. Like, that is so much cape. That's a lot of fabric. Let's give him a saber too while we're at it. Here, get in that tight. Oh. And really, this is all that comes in the package. Just Lord Vader by himself. That's right, no guns, no other accessories, just a whole lot of Vader, a whole lot of cloth, and a little bitty lightsaber. When I was a kid, I had the first Darth Vader where the saber actually went right up into his wrist there, and you had to push it out, and he kind of held it like really, really straight. And because this guy's all black, it's so difficult to actually get him to show up really nicely on the camera, just because when you have a bright background, bright lights as over here and over here, and then a dark figure, it's quite challenging. I think that I'm lighting him up okay. On his chest, you got that there motherboard of stuff. Honestly, I loved Star Wars as a kid, but all of my Star Wars terminology is totally in the toilet. I never even learned what it was called. And I know that stuff probably does something too, but I don't know what that does either. I do know what his helmet does though. That's like a whole environment in there that keeps him alive so that he can breathe and see, and this is a whole fantastic work of art right here. In regards to the size and the scale of old Lukey boy here in comparison to Mr. Vader, I'm not exactly sure if this is accurate, to tell you the truth. I really honestly don't know. I seem to recall Luke being a little bit bigger than this in comparison to Darth Vader's size, but I could be completely wrong. Like, I'm not a Star Wars historian. I'm just a child of the 80s who watched all of the original 3 Star Wars movies about a bazillion times. One thing I am curious about is the articulation of Vader with all this stuff, his robes and cloak and the big helmet. What exactly is this guy going to be able to do as far as posability? And I know because he's Hasbro, the articulation will probably be pretty good, but oh wow, I was not expecting there to be so much bobbly activity as far as his head goes. So that's kind of cool. Obviously nothing really in the torso. It's kind of like a waist piece of articulation here. Not super great, but I mean, he does have that great big square computery thing on his chest. He's got the rounded hinges, no bicep swivel, but they kind of try to make up for that with the fact that the elbows, which actually do more than 90 degrees. So I don't mind if this isn't double jointed. That's enough for me. But they also rotate. So no bicep swivel, but he does have the rotatey single joint elbows. And then of course he's got the wrists, which have that hinge that rotates and goes back and forth. And then for the groin, we know he's going to have those ball joints right down there in the groin. He's got the rotatey thigh cuts, and ooh, these are really good Vader-y double jointed knees. Look at those bad boys. I like those. Me likey. And then finally, he's got ankle pivots. What more could a guy ask for? So what do I think about this Mr. Vader? Well, honestly, he sort of makes me wish that I got in on the ground floor, or that I could go back and collect all these, but obviously I can't because these cost boku bucks as it is. They're expensive in Canada, let alone going back and playing catch up and buying at least one of all of my favorite characters. And then of course the completionist thing's gonna come along where I'm gonna start buying one of every character, not just the characters I really liked, to build myself a comprehensive universe / toy shelf for these guys. So I like him enough that I've got to be very, very, very careful that I don't get into the world of the Star Wars Black Series. Because, like I said, that's a hole that if I fall in it, I will fall in it totally and completely. So that's what I think of the Hasbro / Kenner, because Hasbro bought out Kenner. of their 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back classic carded Darth Vader. I know the card probably isn't exactly the same as the original one, but I think it's a fantastic job. It gives me those little kid feels again, like I'm, you know, a little kid buying a Star Wars figure. And honestly, if you can find this guy hanging on the pegs and not get him from a scalper, then I say go for it, because this is fantastic. This is the best Darth Vader figure I've ever seen or owned. That doesn't say much. I mean, I'm sure there are better ones. I haven't owned that many, but I like him. Bang for buck. I think he's definitely worth the effort and the time to track him down. And that's it. So, okay, bye for now.